Hello, friends. Can we just take a moment of appreciation for these adorable headphones? My transformation to e-girl is almost complete. Look, they also flash. That's pretty special. Okay, I don't want to distract from the main purpose of this chat, though. Also, thank you for the resub, Houndy. Oh my god, I have not fixed the fucking sub goal on my overlay in way too long. I don't know if it's new, but it's definitely an alt type thing. Actually, I'm gonna have a small swig of whiskey as well. I don't know. I don't know enough details to like speak in an educated manner about the evolution. But maybe you're right. Goth to emo to scene to e-girl. No, I think e-girl is more vanilla than any of the other ones. I'm almost out of bourbon. I mean, I have my backup bourbon, but it's not as good. It's Wild Turkey, not Bullet. So I'll make do if I have to. But also, I don't want to drink too much tonight because I still am recovering from... Oh, you gotta have the backup bourbon. I've made the mistake before. Never again. Never again. So, in my recovery from COVID, which, like, oh my god, I accidentally turned my ears off. Which I assumed was over, well, because I haven't streamed in a couple weeks either, but the level of fucking fatigue that I have felt every single day since I got sick is like really, it's been a lot. It's honestly like been all I can do to just like do my work and get to bed on time. So that's kind of been the cause of the couple weeks of hiatus, but I feel a little better today, and I wanted to share my unboxing with all of you. Even though I'm late as hell, that's the other thing. I cannot move, like, I'm late to everything. It's like everything I do is like moving through wet cement. Like, I cannot think or focus or like, yeah, it's been a lot. And this was like my biggest fear when like the reason that I was so careful about getting COVID in the first place. And I'm still glad I only got COVID light. Like, I only got Omicron and not like the original strain, which seems like it was pretty bad. But this, like, because I already have a lot of those kinds of symptoms because of ADHD, I was very worried about COVID, like, amplifying all of those. And sure enough, that's exactly what's happened. So, I'm doing my best over here. Now, to the crux of this evening's festivities. Oh, I got new, I don't know if you're gonna be able to, here, like, move, look how cute. I got a new neon sign, so honestly, being on time is overrated. Aren't they so cute? And obviously this credenza is new as well, just as of like this past weekend. So I'm really a big fan of the new additions. That's what I spent most of this weekend doing. And it's also the reason why when I woke up for work yesterday, I felt like an actual zombie. Like, yeah, it's kind of a large, large change from my last backdrop. But I think for the better. The bookcase was always a placeholder for whatever I got for this space instead. And I was thinking like a hutch or an armoire, but I ended up going with a credenza sideboard thing so that on the wall above it I can hang my art. I think I've talked about that on here before as to the plans for the walls. So now that I have this is probably like the plan is to keep this as a permanent piece. So I can start like planning the walls around the furniture configuration, and then the wall across the way, that's where I want to put the piano, and I have one picked out from like a used piano dealer who also does delivery and tuning. So that's what I'm saving up for now. And once the piano is in here, I will have like everything. There will be no more pieces of furniture necessary, because I'll have like the sitting area, the desk, the breakfast nook, and the piano. And that's all that can fit in here. It's not that large of a space. So, yes. Anyway, so here's the box. This is not the box that the actual Razr comes in if you buy it new. This one is refurbished. So it's not going to be as dramatic. If you watch unboxing videos of like the actual box is like a triangle shape, and like you pull the top off and like the sides unfold, and it's really fancy. I do not have one of those, and the phone is just sitting on top. So here, I'm like super excited about this actually, because oh my god, I have wanted one of these since I knew they existed, like because when I was younger, I always really wanted that. There it is. No, there's still stuff in here. A charger. Yeah, that's literally all that there is. See, I know the new, it comes with a lot more stuff. Oh, they also sent 2 reset pins. Very important. Yeah, it's a super fancy screen. The way that they've engineered it is so that, well, let me see actually if I can turn it on, or if it's not gonna have a charge at the moment. I bet if I plug it in. Yeah, it's like all one screen. And as it folds, it kind of like tucks in to the bottom lip. It's really quite cleverly done. Oh, we're at 56%. That's good. Am I hitting the wrong? Oh my god, the power button is on the opposite side. So what I'm switching over from, thanks, butts. Welcome. I'm switching over. I've had the, oh look, it's me. I've had the Galaxy S9 Plus since 2019, and I've been very happy with it. There still isn't anything like wrong with it per se, but it's running really low on space. Like it's just not capable of handling like apps. These apps these days, they're just running like hungrier and hungrier and taking up more and more resources with every update. And so the storage on here, even though it is expandable, it's just getting to be a little little on the small side. However, oh boy. I will say that there are, if you look at the specs for these two side by side, there's like a few things that the Razr like beats the Galaxy, but not very many. Like the camera is better, and I think oh, hang on, what is my Wi-Fi password? Well, I mean, that was the major thing that made me want to try this phone, is because when it's flipped shut, you can fit it in a much tinier pocket or purse than like a big old bar phone. That is worth it, I think. We'll see. I mean, if the photos are like really bad, or there's something about it that's like noticeably worse than the Galaxy, then maybe I'll just switch back and buy additional storage for the Galaxy. But for now, we're gonna give the Razr a try. I'm very excited. Okay, right, my Wi-Fi password is what? I remember. Connected, no internet. I'm not gonna tell you guys what my Wi-Fi password is. Oh, I should have set it. I have this other little camera. I should have set it up so you guys could like watch what I'm doing. I don't know though. Maybe that would have been lame. Okay, it's thinking. Yeah, see, you can't see anything. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Let's see. Okay, so I can back this up onto Google and transfer my stuff over, I think. Let me do a little digging on the Galaxy while this kind of takes a seat over here. In settings, accounts and backup. Okay. Backup and restore. Oh, okay. Oh, great. I have had automatic backup and automatic restore. Oh my God. I just realized that I had this automatic restore setting enabled, which is probably why the other day I was having trouble with an app and I like uninstalled it and reinstalled it, and the exact same thing happened again. And I was like, why wouldn't a restart have fixed this? And I think that's why. I think that might be it. Okay, so what would happen if I were to choose the... It's a backup by Google One. Okay, let's see. Let's give it a try. Oh, I hope I remember my password to my email. I never have to put it in. See, this is like restoring a backup is. It's gonna save me from resetting passwords on every single one of my... No, I don't. I should, but I don't. But I do change my passwords frequently, and they are all very long and complicated. Chester. Oh my God, my cats are fighting. Oh, wow. I can't believe that was it. Oh my god. Yes, it's me. Well, hello there. Add phone number. I'm not sure why this isn't enabled already on my Google account. I'm gonna skip that for now, actually. Oh, thank you for the follow. Entropic Mind, welcome. Okay, agree to the terms of service, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. New sign-in. Yes, it was me. 2 days ago. Oh boy. Let's see. Apps, contacts, messages, device settings. Yeah. Might as well, right? All right, we'll give that a minute. I do have... Oh. That was so fast. I thought that was going to be sitting and thinking for a while. Let's see. Yes, we're going to continue backing up to Google Drive. I do not want location on or scanning. Might also automatically download and install. Okay, that's not really an option. So I guess I accept it. Yeah, I said no to the location thing, so. And accept. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? I should choose a new PIN number for this phone. Thanks. I'm very secure. Okay. What's like a good word? Hey, Cheesy. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Thank you. It's like off screen, but look how fucking clutch this is. I will, when I'm not setting my pin, I will show you the screen. Hang on. Ooh, unlock with fingerprint. Yes, yes. Oh, that actually is gonna be one thing that's like way, way, way better on this phone is that the fingerprint sensor on this one, you can kind of see it, the like coating is starting to chip off, which means, oh my god, why are you having so much trouble processing my fingerprint? Please. But yeah, anyway, because the coating is starting to chip away, it impacts like how well I'm trying to enter my fingerprint in now. Yay! Let's add another. We'll add my left index as well. Biometrics! I'm tapping! We're done. Okay. Review additional apps. Oh, I didn't know Google had a podcast app now. So you know which ones to like amputate. Okay. There's no, it like asks if I review additional apps, but then the only option is okay. Like, I guess thanks for telling me. Stay in touch. Okay. I've had a lot of, before I got this Galaxy, I always had like Moto Z. Yes, Motorola wants to stay in touch. Oh yeah, I didn't even think of oh, the biometrics. Ha. Okay, device performance and diagnostics. No to the location once again. Device diagnostics collection. Yeah, okay. Ooh, gesture navigation. I love the idea of gesture navigation, but I never remember to use it. So, this is all well and good, but like... Okay. Okay. So here's the default home screen. As you can see, there's no crease. Actually, the colors are really vibrant. I'm impressed. And then as it folds, you can see it, like if you watch the bottom lip, it like dips in so that this is, so that it all can be, oh my god, and I forgot. Look at this. There's a little screen on the front that you can use to like respond to notifications really quickly, or like view notifications. Okay, tap anywhere on the preview card to expand. Oh, that's so cool. And because this is the main camera that's like on the back of the phone, you can use it to take selfies, like use the better camera to take selfies, because there's like a little viewfinder here. So that's pretty cool too. Although even like the phones are pretty, the cameras are pretty nice, but they're not as good as the Galaxies. They're like very far from the best phone cameras on the market. But okay, should we do this? Should I try to well, apparently they like did a bunch of, it's supposed to be good for like a certain hundreds and hundreds of flips, and that like even the heaviest phone user will only flip it open and shut like 40 times a day or something like that. I don't know where they got these metrics from, honestly. Hello, Quietist. How are you? Okay. Let's see. No SIM card. Yes, of course. I don't know. Well, I don't think it's actually like that easy to flip open and closed. Like, it's definitely like a two-handed venture. I don't think that it's like something you could do absent-mindedly. Maybe, but I don't think. Okay. What does it say on here? Please contact your wireless server provider to connect your phones. IMEI to the network. Well, I will have to do that at some point. You know, Quietist, I always love having you in here. You're so positive and sweet and supportive. It's like such a joy to see you enter the chat. I get, oh, I should probably, I don't necessarily know that it got all the apps. So maybe there might be a whole thing getting the apps transferred over. But I don't want to bore you guys with that. Okay, I'm assuming my Google Play account, yeah, is the same as the one I was backing up to. Okay. Oh, more two-step verification. Yes, it's really me. I promise. Never lose your didn't I just sync my contacts? Yes, fine. Agreed. Oh, yay! It does have all of my apps listed here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has literally everything. And I'm gonna have room for all of the apps that I want to run and not just the most necessary ones. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and leave that to update. Oh, I did get a little, I got a very cute case, but it's from China and it's not gonna arrive until like April. So I got a very plain one to tide me over in the meantime. And I'm not sure how it's gonna, oh, it fits really nicely actually. This front screen is like a fingerprint magnet. I should probably get a screen protector for the front screen at least. I don't think I can put one on the inside on the folding screen, but for the outside at least, the part that's gonna be like interacting with things in my pockets and my purse. Okay, why can't I get this top piece to snap on? What the hell? Okay, there it goes. Isn't that nice? Oh yeah, okay, all good. Security Plus is the next one that's like... The Security Plus is the next one on my radar. I keep saying I need to like really focus on getting it, but the problem is I don't like, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, I like can barely function, like perform the tasks that need to be done every day, let alone like make time to study for a cert. So maybe if the after effects of COVID ever die down, I mean, I have been healing up slowly but surely. I think that the energy level thing is just the last... is the last bastion of getting back to normalcy. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to actually activate the phone some other time because I don't want to futz with that right now. But I'm glad that syncing it, getting it set up at least, was pretty easy. Well, the thing is, like, the 3 or 4 days that I was actually symptomatic were not bad at all. But then, like, I have had, so it, like, re-triggered my childhood asthma to the point where I, like, couldn't breathe ever and was taking, like, I was like dependent upon my inhaler, and I was taking it multiple times a day. And this is like the emergency one that I would keep on hand just in case. I had used it like maybe 3 times in the last 10 years, and suddenly I was taking it 3 times a day. And so I had to go back on a corticosteroid treatment that I hadn't taken since I was a kid in order to like be able to breathe normally. That was like for the first 2-ish weeks after I got better, like tested negative. And then it's been another 2 weeks or so, and like the fatigue that I'm still dealing with is like really something. It's pretty intense. So yeah, like I just don't have the... Oh my god, I'm gonna have to change that fucking notification sound. In the meantime, I can just silence it, probably. Chester, what are you doing? He's trying to get into the cabinets. That's what he's trying to do. Stop! What is wrong with you? Oh my god. Oh yes, sleep well, Houndy. Thanks for popping by. No, not battery saver. Well, yeah. I hope so too. Here we go. Oh, okay, here we go. I need to set it up so that the sound, the do not disturb button is included. Because, oh. Well, that is one, like, very teeny tiny difference. So in the, like, top menu bar with all of the little shortcuts that when you, like, swipe down, on the Galaxy, there's, like, a little sound icon, and you can either turn off sound and vibration, or just vibration, or, like, full sound and vibration, assuming that you have those like enabled in the sound settings. But this just has do not disturb. There's no way to like put it on vibrate from here. You can, like, if you go into the sound menu, but not from the shortcuts bar. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sure it will be fine. Okay, well, now here we are. It's been 40 minutes, and I've essentially blown through all of the content that I had prepared for this evening. Good stream, guys. Good times. I mean, we could do like an in-depth analysis of, wait, which war? This is like the second I'm hearing whispers of, hi, Mr. Crumbs. War where? Oh, okay, okay. Actually, will it just pop up my news app? World War III? Well, hopefully not. Oh boy. Declares war as... Oh, they like straight up attacked the Ukraine. Well, that's shitty. Yeah, that fucking sucks. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say about that. The world is ending or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do somewhat of a deep dive at some point into like what led up to this, because this is the first I'm hearing about this conflict. Maybe I'm like out of touch and tuned out, but that is the facts of the matter. And I remember reading about the conflict in oh my god, a few different ones. And the way that they're presented is so, like most of the things that happen in the Middle East are, like, they try and present them to us in such a, like, straightforward, like, good guys and bad guys type way, but that's just, like, so rare. I would venture to say that's never really the case. There's always so much more going on behind the scenes and under the surface, so I'm sure there's been things leading up to it that I just have been unaware of. All right, I'm gonna take like a quick breather and see if I can like keep going tonight. We might just make it a super short stream, or I might find some way to like bullshit around for the next couple of hours. It's yet to be seen. But yeah, I'll be right back. I have returned. I still don't really have any ideas. What is my hair doing? It's these adorable cat ears. So yeah, I don't know what what I'm able to stream on here without getting in trouble with copyright stuff. But I guess we could always just like futz around on YouTube a bit, look up more Raspberry Pi projects. I haven't done an embroidery stream in a while, but I don't know that I'm in the mood for embroidery at the moment. Let's see. Raspberry Pi projects. Here, I will share my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. For beginners, that looks good. This is the one that we watched already. I still don't really know. Is this the one that we watched already? Or is it a different smart mirror tutorial? Raspberry Pi Zero projects. Crypto tutorial. Yes, that's what I want to do with my pies. All right, I guess we'll just pick one. I don't know who this person is. Look at this. Because I have been shopping for flip phones, obviously. Everywhere, everything is trying to sell me on the Galaxy Z Flip. Yeah, I think the Fold is the large one. And I know that it's like specs wise, it's like a nicer phone than the Razr, but I don't really like the design. Like, I don't like the body of it all. And their screen has a crease in it, even like when it's fully open. So, which coin? That sounds pretty good, actually. I could get behind that. Okay. Moving along. Oh my god, please. Why am I still not using
builds? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ty and Gig Builds. It's just Ty here today, and I'm going to explain to you some beginner Raspberry Pi projects I think are very important to learn or start if you're just getting introduced to the Raspberry Pi and really don't know how to get started. So with that, let's get started.
Analysis paralysis.
It's another day at the Builds office. So primarily on Ty and Gig Builds, we do a lot of build videos. We do a lot of projects. They involve a lot of different things, Arduinos, Raspberry Pi, and woodworking mainly. Typically, we don't produce videos like this where we list off things that are good for beginners to do or just, in general, projects that are good to do because that's not our style. But I think this video is very important because I've looked at a lot of videos like this and I've got a lot of questions from people about what projects to start if you want to do Raspberry Pi projects. and I looked myself and I couldn't find anything that I liked out there.
Oh,
there wasn't
really?
really anything good. A
We
lot
just
of them
saw
are kind
like
of countdowns
10,
and
but
say
alright,
this is
maybe
good
it was...
and just do it. They don't really explain why. So I'm going to try my best to explain some of the top 5 projects that I think you should start if you're considering getting into Raspberry Pi, or if you do have a Raspberry Pi already and dabble a little bit.
I do, I
maybe
have
you should
two,
do
and
if
I
you want
don't
to
know
hone
what
your
to do with
skills. Some of
them.
these projects will be primarily beginners, and there will be some intermediaries in there. I'll try to do my best to explain why you should be doing these projects and why they're so cool. So one of the main reasons I think these videos are not as helpful as I'd like them to be is because they don't really explain kind of the 3 areas that I see are, big steps to tackle if you're trying to get into Raspberry Pi projects. The first one I would say is the Linux-based operating system with the Raspberry Pi. Basically, the Raspberry Pi is a little mini computer, and it has an operating system in it.
Luckily.
It could be, Raspbian, it could be Jessie, it could be RetroPie.
I have a decent amount of experience with Linux operating systems. Thank you so much. To put 4... Well, maybe you too will find an idea in this beginner video. We could all find our Raspberry Pi calling
There's
here.
a lot of different operating systems in Raspberry Pi, but the big issue with Raspberry Pi is it's Linux-based. And not a lot of people are very familiar with Linux unless they're very tech savvy and they used it before. Now, Linux is super, super good to learn. I highly recommend it. But if you're new to Linux,
Oh God.
it can be very intimidating. And what comes with learning Linux is a lot of networking skills, a lot of computer commands to remember, and a lot of different structures and different maybe concepts you're not used to. Now the second thing you probably need to worry about if you're getting into Raspberry Pi is the actual application software. In this case, it's the programming language. You probably need to know how to program in some cases if you want to use a Raspberry Pi project.
I don't want to have
could
to
be,
do that.
Python mainly. I've seen with Raspberry Pi, it's kind of like the go-to language, but it could be anything. Because it is Linux-based, you could use any programming language.
But I don't want to program.
By Linux. I'm sure there's some exceptions to that, but that's the main concept there. So you do have to have some programming knowledge here or there to kind of get by with some of the projects. Some not so much, and we'll get into those, but for some of them you do have to know programming language, and that's a little intimidating if you haven't gotten into that. The third and last issue is probably the biggest thing to tackle, and I still myself haven't mastered it yet, and I've been doing this for a very long time, is the GPIO pins, the circuitry, and the hardware. Basically, you can hook up lots of hardware to the Raspberry. The beautiful thing about the Raspberry Pi is that it allows you to integrate with other pieces of hardware. So touch screens, LED light strips, a lot of different motors, anything with circuits, anything. And to know how to do certain things like that, you're going to need to know how to do certain types of electronic circuits and other things like that that might not be firsthand if you're not into that field. Those are kind of the big 3 things that involve the Raspberry Pi and why it's so difficult to get into, and I think it's a high barrier of entry, but I think there are 5 projects I can mention now to maybe get your feet a little wet, dip your feet in the pool a little bit, kind of maybe do one of these, and you'll be a little less intimidated, and I think anyone can do these projects.
One of these days, I'm gonna pick a project and then do it on stream. Today could be the day. It could happen.
The first project that I think anyone should ever do when they start doing Raspberry Pi projects is controlling a WS2812B LED strip. If you know why I'm laughing, it's because I do so many projects with these LED strips with the Raspberry Pi. You don't necessarily need a Raspberry Pi just to do these types of strips. You can use an Arduino or an ESP8266. A lot of different microcontrollers that aren't Raspberry Pi based are great for controlling WS2812B strips. But if you're trying to just get used to the Raspberry Pi and get used to some of the commands and maybe program a little bit, it's a great start. It requires little knowledge of the OS, a basic knowledge of installing packages. It's a great intro to that. Programming-wise, very simplistic. You can get a lot of demo code out there. You can base your code off of that if you want to write new code to see how to do certain things on the strip. It's great for starting programming. GPIO-wise and electronic-wise, it's a very simple circuit. There's really not much to it. There's a lot of documentation out there how to do this in Raspberry Pi. So if you get lost, there's a lot of references you can Google. and it's a great
Documentation
starting
is good.
project. I really highly recommend it. The second project I'd recommend doing is very utilitarian project, very functional, very useful, is the Pi-hole. Pi-hole basically blocks every ad that's coming to you from mobile devices, streaming, from your Wi-Fi, your laptops, things like that. You're basically using the Pi-hole to block ads that are coming into your router, so every mobile device gets ad blocked. It's very beginner friendly in terms of OS, and it's a very good step to learn a little bit more about networking and how the Pi networks with other computer devices and things like that. There's little to no programming, and there's also no GPIO pin. So it's a great beginner project.
Yeah, I think we did agree that a Pi-hole would probably be a good, first project. So far, both of these recommendations have been pretty solid. Carrying on.
Very useful for the house. So the third project I'd probably start, if you're doing Raspberry Pi or considering doing it, is installing RetroPie and using it to emulate, classic video games.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what RetroPie is, it's basically an OS that allows you to play different video games. Back the N64,
Hello, Claw.
Game Boy, different arcade games, just PSP and PlayStation games. And it's very fun, and
Seems
NES,
fun, but I
Sony,
would not use it.
Old Sega games. It's actually very useful. It's like a video game console that does everything. In that case, you probably want the Raspberry Pi 4 to have that extra performance boost. There's a little bit to knowledge to know about the OS, installing OS. Aside from that, it's very.
Sleep well, and thank you for coming by, even just for a quick visit.
Basic beginner knowledge. Programming, there's none, and hardware is just kind of what comes in the kit. I'll link everything in the description. People go crazy with these things. I mean, they make mini arcades out of them. I don't recommend going that route if you're a beginner. Go ahead if you feel like it, but I recommend probably starting with just the controllers, and then work your way up to like an arcade cabinet or something like that. The fourth project's a little bit more abstract and kind of up to you, but I recommend probably for number 4, if you're doing a Raspberry Pi or just starting out, one of the first few, is setting up a web server. And this is a little bit, abstract, because you could start out with Ruby on Rails, Python, Java, PHP. There's a lot of different programming languages. I love Ruby on Rails, but that's just me. If you Google setting up a local web server on Raspberry Pi with X programming language, I'm sure there's a lot of resources. I know there's a lot of resources. It's a great start to get really familiar with the OS, and it's a great start to understand how to start to program and kind of web services and all those different types of things. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of documentation out there, so you shouldn't get lost. The hardware aspect of it, there shouldn't be any. You can integrate it, any way you'd like. We've done a lot of different integrations with web servers on this channel, so check those out if you want some inspiration. But this is something that I highly recommend doing with the Raspberry Pi if you're just getting into it and you want to kind of start a project to start out with. So for the last one, it's a little bit of a loaded project here because it's not necessarily a beginner project. I mean, it is pretty simple, but it's a little bit more with setup involved in terms of building things, in terms of building a case or something like that. But I definitely recommend trying out building a magic mirror.
That's what we looked at last time.
It's basically a smart mirror that you acts as a mirror. It also tells you the weather, date and time, things like that, notifications.
I really do want one of these
All you really have to do is kind of set up the OS and then configure it to the preferences you'd like. And so it's a really basic one in terms of OS understanding Linux. It's a basic one in terms of programming. You don't really have to know how to program much. And there's a little bit of hardware involved, not much. So it's a great beginner project. There's a little bit of a barrier to entry in terms of building the structure to have it and kind of making the mirror itself. But aside from that, the actual, Raspberry Pi stuff is very beginner friendly, and I highly recommend doing it. So those are my top 5 beginner Raspberry Pi projects. I know there's a lot more out there, but I thought these, for me, in my opinion, are the most important. They give you a good base on all those 3 categories we talked about. Of course, if you don't like those or you have some other ideas, you can look back at our videos and make a ton of Raspberry Pi projects. We also do Arduino projects and woodworking.
I guess that makes sense since they're a build channel.
And with that, we'll end it with saying follow us on Instagram for live.
That they'd have a lot of build type content. So what I'm gathering from all of this is that I need more Raspberry Pis. 2 is not enough. But I think I like the idea of starting with yeah, like why not get 6? They're so cheap. You can just like get them at Micro Center for like $2. Okay, not $2, but like basically $2. But yeah, I like the sound of all of these projects that he's mentioning. And I think probably other than I get that like a lot of people are into the like retro gaming thing. I don't want to waste a Raspberry Pi on that because I would never use it. It would like sit in a drawer. But everything else he mentioned is something that I like considered at one point. So this could be a good yeah, I guess that's true. Build it up and then unbuild it. I guess vSphere is useful knowledge to have, yeah. But to have the 2 starter projects of like the strip lighting and the Pi hole, both of those are useful items that are also simple and could kind of like get me going in the realm of Raspberry Pi projects. So maybe, actually, I'm gonna look into that right now. Well, oh, hello. Thank you. I'm a big fan of these ears. These headphones are like objectively worse than the ones that I was using, but they're so cute. And I don't need to do a lot of listening with them. So sound quality like isn't a huge deal. That's true. The ARM processor. Well, that's how I feel about the ears. Yeah, the ARM processor is something to take into consideration. Okay, I'm gonna look into, let's see if we can find Pi-hole guide, maybe? Let's see. Oh, you don't need to be. It's actually... There's space there. It's just the angle of the camera that makes it look like they're like right on top of the camera, the candle. So do not stress. Try not to stress. Oh, hi, Denny. Welcome. I am having a very pudding brain kind of evening. That's just the facts of it. Okay, this says that I've been here before. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. I adore them. I fucking love these headphones. I never thought I'd live to see the day. But I do. I love them. What can I say? Okay, I think this is gonna be the way we're gonna go for this. Okay. So, apparently I have looked at this site before. I have no memory of this, but perhaps that shouldn't be too surprising, all things considered. A Raspberry Pi-based network-wide ad blocker. Install the software, run a short installation script, point our machines. So this would be like a very networking, well, that's what the guy just said, like a very networking heavy project, but that's okay. My job is pretty networking focused as well, so it would be good. for me to learn. In this tutorial, we will turn a spare Raspberry Pi into an ad blocking machine. Yeah, I do. I have 2 Raspberry Pi 4s. So, really, the possibilities here are endless, people. So, this is... Wait, why a Windows PC? Okay, well, we're gonna find out, I guess. I have not... Oh, yeah, I did. We did a lab in my boot camp with pfSense. We had to set up pfSense. I forget how we configured it, because I'm pretty sure it was like a virtual environment of some kind, and like it wasn't our actual like home network. So I've configured that one time, but the chances of me like remembering how to do it, oh, interesting. Maybe I will. Well, but I don't. But then, do you have to always have it running then? Networking. Because, yeah, that's. Yeah, a Pi. I could see how that would be fine on a Pi. But like, obviously, it's yeah. I don't want anything too. I have no brain. Ugh, thanks, COVID. Okay. Okay, I can see that. The Raspberry Pi Imager. Do they have a link? No. Wait. Oh, raspberrypi.com. Yeah, there is a Chrome extension as well, which I probably should just install, but like, okay. Oh, here we go. Raspberry Pi Imager. Quick and easy way. Install Raspberry image to a computer with an SD card reader. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, this would definitely be a project. I don't like. I would probably need a lot of Adderall to make this happen as things currently stand. Insert a spare micro SD card. Noting that this card will be erased. Okay, that the imager to open a secret configuration menu. I like the sound of that. Ooh la la. Enable on SSH or enable SSH. Okay, so far so good. None of this seems tremendously complicated. Double check that you have the right drive before proceeding. As we say in the seamstress world, measure twice, cut once. Same basic principle. All right, right to download. Okay. Oh, I see what they're yeah, okay. I've done this before with like regular USB drives. And then you like boot from the drive. Well, maybe not actually. Because this is via PuTTY. Wait, this is on the Pi? No. From the Windows machine. Okay. Oh, okay, no, wait, I missed this whole little bit here. because I was thinking like how would like God, my fucking brain. How would the two machines communicate if like you just made the SD card and nothing else? But that here is the step right here about connecting your Pi to the network. So that's how you would connect to it. Blah, blah, blah. Update software repositories. Oh, yeah. An installation script. This is all... This is like, okay. Default list of blocked sites. Oh, okay. It has a... Got it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I bet it's like part of the imager, maybe. Oh, ooh. Oh, Mr. Crumbs, I like that idea a lot. I'm gonna tuck that away for later. Okay, network settings. Install the web interface. Okay, wait, but this is all so these are all of the instructions for a Windows machine, I'm assuming. Alpine Linux. I don't even know what that is. Oh, okay. Okay. This is the web admin password. Ooh, aha! Okay, we might just take a look at that next. Okay, oh god, here, this is the network configuration part. DNS servers can block unwanted advertisements. Ugh. Okay, these are all like... Okay, and then we get to whitelisting, which is, you know, I'm assuming the last step, basically, once you have things set up. If there's things that you want to allow, those you wish to support. That's good. I wonder how many people actually go through and whitelist their favorite creators, like sites and shit. I would be willing to bet not very many. But then again, there probably aren't that many people building this kind of thing to begin with, so. Alright, that's everything. This seems potentially doable. It's definitely like a project. But I think I could conduct this setup from, like, they say to use a Windows PC, but I'm pretty sure I could do it all from here. Oh, I don't know if I could with this micro SD. I'd need a converter of some kind, I think. Maybe. I'd have to check. Okay, now. Next. Who next? full operating system that runs inside your current one. All activity in a virtual machine, all internet traffic through the Tor network. Interesting. But this would just be for the machine that it was installed on. It's not like network wide, is it? Okay. Oh, it's like a router. Okay, these are... What is all of this? Oh, this is like featured and advanced security features. Okay, I got you. So you will like install it on one machine and then it like becomes a gateway type thing. That's pretty chill. May have to look into that as well. But does it slow things down? Like, does it affect upload and download speeds? I would think it probably would, yeah. Well, but that's like Tor in general, I guess. So I don't know. I'd have to see like how much it affected the speed of everything. All right. Well, so Pi-hole is a viable option. Yeah, that's true. Like, if I were to have... Well, but then that router, that machine would also have to be always running for things to route through it, I'm assuming. So it's another kind of, like, how do you, like, balance the resources, like, the need for a decent amount of resources versus, like, using stupid amounts of electricity. Not that I have to, like, worry about my electricity bill these days. I guess it could always spike pretty high, but, like, maybe that's just the price you pay for anonymity on the internet. Yeah. Well, maybe. A Pi-hole as a... What? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And that's a manageable amount of electricity. Yeah, okay. It does sound like not what it is. It's an ad blocker. Hello, Klaus. No, I was really late getting on too. I've just been moving kind of slow lately. Well, you may in fact learn how to make one of your very own on this very stream. Okay, I don't know what any of those things are, but I will have to look them up. Because yes, these all seem like incredibly worthwhile projects to take on. And I think probably... So that like my computer, that like this computer that I use for streaming and theoretically gaming maybe someday isn't what everything is running on, and have a separate spot to keep them. That could be good. Oh, JavaScript. That's good. That you've been learning. How is the learning going? I don't know anything about Java. Yeah, no. A lot of things. I have like at least an adjacent knowledge of it. Good. I'm happy to hear it. But yeah, Java is like, oh man, it's one of the things that I like hear about a lot, but I don't actually know anything about it. Can't believe I'm almost out of bourbon. Okay. Yeah, in that case, that does sound like good and useful to have in my home network. And that's, yeah, I guess that's kind of what I meant about like having to have the computer always running. That is useful to know. You're right. Yes. So I have this little bit of bullet, and then I have a bunch of wild turkey left. So I do technically have a decent amount of bourbon in the house, but not my favorite kind. So I may need to make, well, actually just in general, I need groceries, like across the board, all kinds of food and drink and alcohol. So I need to go make like a grocery run at some point, or just do like a humongous Instacart order. That's like more likely to happen with my energy levels where they have been lately. But yes, we could definitely work on getting these things together on stream somehow. I don't know. The thing is, like, this all takes a certain amount of planning and effort. Well, funny you should ask. No, so I had COVID at the end of January. And I know, I don't like the sound of either of those things, honestly. Ugh. So, but yeah, I kind of was mentioning earlier in the stream, like, I really only was sick for like 3 or 4 days. But then I had like lingering asthma, like really bad asthma for like 2 weeks after I was sick. And to this day, about a month later, I still am experiencing like pretty high levels of fatigue and occasional brain fog. And so that's kind of how it's been going. And that's why I canceled the last couple streams, I think, because I just like was too tired to even sit up or like speak even. Like that kind of exhaustion that like any amount of effort is too much effort. Okay, so you get what I'm saying. Yeah, and I actually like was super in denial about it until yesterday because I just had kind of been like chugging along. Like, I'm better, I'm fine. But then I had off for President's Day and we had a long weekend and I slept a lot and there was no reason that I should have been anything but like ready to go yesterday morning coming back in. And instead it was like I hadn't slept the entire 3 days. Like I was so exhausted. I was like essentially non-functional. And this is after like I had gotten really behind on everything the previous week because I was so tired, but like in denial about it. I just wasn't getting shit done, and like So yeah, work-wise, I had a decently productive day today and got pretty caught up. But yeah, the last couple weeks have been like quite a struggle. So, but I made it. That's also why tonight's stream is like, I don't know what I'm doing or why. But I'm here. And I have cat ears on my headphones. And that's all that really matters. I should pour this into a glass. It's getting more and more difficult to drink from the bottle. Yeah, I think so too. I think, like, because it's already been like four weeks since I was sick. Like, it's time. Any day now, I'm gonna feel better. I think Cert Fund is likely... I would like to take the Security Plus exam. Because that's, like, a pretty basic one that I feel like I should have. And, like, especially if I want to go into digital forensics and that kind of... that side of things. Because then the next cert after that would probably be what the security analyst something. But yeah, I think Security Plus is going to be the starting point. If I ever have a brain ever again. Being the deciding factor. But I like the thought of prepping for an exam right now is like, yeah, it's not happening. It sucks because like I took these 2 weeks off at the end of January. I took a 2-week vacation. And for the like 2-ish months leading up to that vacation, I was exhausted because I was burnt out. And I was like, oh, I need this break. I need this like time away to like get back on my feet. And the first week of my vacation, it was as if I was sick, even though I hadn't like tested positive or anything. Like it was as soon as I stopped with the caffeine and the Adderall and like anything that I normally would take on a work day. As soon as like that wasn't in the picture anymore, I started sleeping like 18 hours a day. And for the first like 4 days of my vacation, I was just asleep for like most of it because I was just so fucking exhausted. And then I started to get my energy back a little bit and I got fucking COVID. And so now it's been another month. Like now I still have no energy, even though I took 2 weeks off because I'm recovering. So I essentially like haven't had any energy or any like presence of mind to speak of since before Thanksgiving. Well before Thanksgiving. Like, it's been a rough winter, you guys. So I really, really hope that once I kick the lingering after effects of COVID, that I'm gonna finally like be able to do anything besides just survive and like get through the day. Because that's kind of how I've been living for the last several months. And it sucks. And that's why the streams have been so intermittent and so shitty when they do happen. I mean, it could be related. It could be. It's very possible because it's like a vascular disease that has longer, like nobody really knows the long-term effects of it at this point. Aw, thanks, Ethan. I'm glad you don't think that my streams are shitty. I just feel like I haven't prepped anything in a long time, and I haven't done anything tech related in a long time, other than like watching videos and like passively taking things in. I haven't like done stuff for quite a long time, but I just like don't have the bandwidth for it. Someday I will have the energy again, I hope. But for now, I'm just gonna sit here in my cat ears and drink watered down whiskey and complain about how tired I am all the time. Oh yeah. The actual dream, this is what I always have wanted for my whole life, is to be a cat ear headphone streamer. All right, I've got one satisfied audience member. Kira, what are you doing? Oh my God. Everyone wants to be me, really, across the Twitch-verse. I mean, what can I say? I've got it figured out. Just doing so great. So good and so great. Oh yeah. So do you wear your earbuds one in and one out? Because I do that with earbuds as well as my like actual over-ear headphones. But the headphone, yeah, no, and that's true. It is much better because this angle, it kind of like clamps on this ear at a weird angle. It depends. But I'm very attached to these ears now, and I think I will wear them forever and ever. Amen. They're not uncomfortable. But even if they were uncomfortable, I would still wear them because beauty is pain, as we all know. And they're just too cute. I am like way too old to be this delighted with a set of cat ears. Actually, you're probably right about that. I could make this my new signature style. I'm sure my boss would just love that. I don't think he would care. I know he would ask about it, but I don't think he would care if I started wearing cat ears every day. All right, I like that philosophy. You can never be too old. Well, no, I mean, I'm 32. I just feel like 32 is too old to be like, ha, cat ears. Like, I am a grown woman. My mother had many children by the time she was my age. I don't have children, I have pets, and I have cat ears. And I'm very happy with my life choices. Yes, I'm a grown-ass lady who likes cat ear headphones. Yeah, no, at the end of the day, I do agree that, like, whatever makes you happy is what you should, like, surround yourself with and be excited about. Because life is too short to pretend you're too old for cat ear headphones. I'm gonna stick with that anyway. Oh my gosh, happy almost birthday! I did see that you were doing birthday streams this week, but I wasn't sure what the actual day was. So Sunday it is. Are you doing anything special? Fun and exciting? My gosh, yes. I mean, that is the benefit of internet friends. I'm the opposite. I hate celebrating my birthday, and I always have since I was a little kid. I think because I was like the forgotten middle child of the family, it felt like very weird and uncomfortable to me to have like everyone's attention on me at once. And I used to like cry and throw my gifts on the ground and like try to run away. I hated my birthday so much. And I still, like, to this day, I really don't like to make a huge deal. I never say to anyone, like, oh, it's my birthday this week, or like, it's my birthday tomorrow, or even on my birthday, I will not mention it to anybody. I may have to tune in for that Sunday stream, though. Because, I mean, that is your trademark pink spandex suit. So I really, shouldn't miss it. It's iconic. Oh yes, oh my gosh. For those of you who don't know, Ethan at Fat Sack Fails is he streams way more often and more consistently than I do. I recommend his channel wholeheartedly. So, especially the birthday stream, it sounds like a good time. Actually, I'm gonna set a reminder. Oh, I just realized. Set a reminder in my phone could mean two different things now. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll remember it on my own somehow. Unlikely. But yeah, no. We all know what my state of affairs is mentally at this time. It's less than ideal. So, once I know which phone I'm using, I will set a reminder in it for Sunday. Or maybe just turn on notifications for your, like, Twitter or something. So I never miss a single thing. That could be good. I have not tuned into a stream. I don't think I've gotten on Twitch to watch a stream or to give one since, oh yes, I will. Since before I had COVID, because now, like, I'm just too tired all the time. I just want to sleep. And not even, that's the other thing that's like so frustrating, is like I don't get tired enough to sleep. But I am too tired to sit up. Like, it's like this horrible, like, limbo of exhaustion. Ah, well. I'm probably not really helping myself with this bourbon, but oh yeah. No, dead ass, Klaus, that's exactly, like, it's why I can't really swing the capture the flag streams anymore, because it's just a lot. I will, yeah, here, you can, I'll just give it, like, I'll just pour it through the screen. You got it, right? That was the, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I may go back to capture the flags again someday, because once in a while they're fun, but I don't like them enough to do them every week. Or even every month, quite frankly. Ah, yay! Oh my gosh, good luck. getting a promotion. I have every faith in you. But yeah, I know how that, like, that hustle, that level up hustle is no joke. Well, and when did you have COVID? Was it earlier on, or was it more recently? Like when you had like the 3 weeks or whatever of fatigue. Because hopefully not recently. Oh no, oh my God. Okay, that's fair. Most fades. Even Scientology would have to agree though, I think. Okay. Well, so hopefully it hasn't impacted your, like, recent hustle. But still, that's a lot of COVID. I still can't believe that I got it while I was quarantined. Like, if it hadn't been for the fucking dog, and I could have actually not left the house ever instead of having, like, to leave the apartment twice a day. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even, like, I always kind of knew that I would, like, I have a very strong immune system since I had swine flu in 2009, I want to say. And I literally have not been sick since then. Like, I don't get sick anymore. Once in a, like, I'll feel like I'm going to get sick and then not. So I don't know what, like, changed about my immune system at that point in my life, but it's been, which is very different, because prior to that point I used to get sick every year, multiple times a year. Like, I would spend most of fall, winter, and spring in some state of, like, coming down with something, being sick, or getting over being sick. So since then, since I know that my immune system is, like, very smart and very strong, I knew that, like, the initial infection, if I caught COVID, would probably be small, and that I even, like, may be more likely to have an asymptomatic case. But the thought of getting long COVID, like, the after effects are, that is always what scared me. And that, sure enough, has been how things have kind of panned out over here. I will. Actually, like, I was surprised how quickly the lung issues cleared up, because there was a part of me that was like, oh God, this has re-triggered my childhood asthma, and I'm gonna need to take my asthma medication every day again. But that has not been the case. It really, like, that I moved past that at some point. So I hope that I'll be able to get my energy levels back up. That's the last thing. And I know that bourbon, it definitely helps. For sure. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm actually really enjoying just hanging out and chatting with you, with the handful of you that are in the chat. But I have to pee, and so I will be right back. And I actually will come back and we'll continue to, like, talk about nothing. I'm back, and I cannot believe the shit you were talking about me in the chat while I was gone. I mean, really, I made it. Also, though, like, don't tempt me with a good time, because I would love to fall into bed and just stay there. Maybe not. At this is the thing, is like, alcohol has always been kind of a stimulant for me. I know for most people it's a depressant, and apparently people for whom it is a stimulant are more likely to become alcoholics. But I feel like I have more energy than I did when I started the stream because I have a little bourbon in me, but be that as it may, I probably shouldn't stream too late tonight. But it's only 9:30. Oh, hi! Grandmaster Ong. Fancy meeting you here. Middle ground, like what? Like not up or down? Grandmaster, have you been posting more on Instagram, or has the algorithm just like decided to show me more of your stuff lately? Because I see you on Instagram like almost every day. And if you are posting more, like, huge kudos to you, because I should do that and I don't. Is that? Oh, okay. All right. Maybe that's all it. Just like the fact that I feel like the lighting is really blown out. Yeah, I'm like, was it this blown out before? Am I fucking tripping? I feel like my face is like glowing. Okay. It's the autofocus. Of course it is. Of course it is, because it always is. Go in the settings and look up bonuses. Oh, ooh, this is like some insider tips here. What? Get paid for reels? I would like to do that, please. It would definitely motivate me to turn more of my clips into reels. Because I don't know. Like, the thing about the kinds of streams that I do are there aren't a lot of like memorable moments from them. When I did capture the flags, there kind of used to be, and for like the more active but now that I'm doing more passive stuff where we just like watch videos together or like talk shit, what do you snip from that? Here I am laughing at my own joke again. Here I am. Here's me complaining again about how she got COVID and is tired now. Like, no, not engaging real material. And for some reason, you guys keep tuning into the streams, but like, I don't think I could sell it as a reel, honestly. Yeah, exactly. It's become a whole thing. Like, I should maybe rebrand as Sleepy Bitch. That would be more accurate at this point in time. I haven't been streaming a lot lately because I don't know if you've heard, but I got a COVID at the end of January. So I haven't, because like I've been really tired, really drained since then. I have not been streaming a lot, like not very often. Real witch, oh my god. Just like really rake in the dough. I am feeling much better. Like I don't have any symptoms anymore except for the fatigue. And that can be pretty intense. Like some days are pretty bad, but I think I just need to kind of like accept the fact that I can't like do everything that I was doing before I got sick. Just like some of the things, most of the things even, but not everything. Like I'm not gonna have the physical stamina to like go out on the weekend or try and be social on a weeknight. Like I need to just sleep more and do more quiet at home things, which is tough because that's what I've been doing for the last month, but I think it's for the best. It would be for the best for me to like just take it easy, because what's been suffering is work. Like, oh my god. We'll see. Because there literally was, I went out on a Saturday, not even like a Sunday. I went out on a Saturday night, and I was tired for like days afterward. Well, and that's the other thing that I think too is contributing to it, because I'm so tired. I'm not like cooking good food for myself. And so I'm sure that like nutritionally I'm deficient in certain things. So I've been trying to like up the smoothies and supplements and all that good stuff. Life is okay, other than like getting the plague. I just got a very large raise and a promotion at work, which is what makes like the timing of all of this so much. Yeah, I'm happy to see you on the stream. You've caught a rare sighting of the Hacker Witch. But yeah, thank you guys. No, that was really cool, and I actually made, it was like literally the day that I came back to the office after I had been sick. Aw, thank you. You guys are too sweet. But like, so then like the day I came back in the office from being sick was the day that like my manager pulled me aside and was like, we're giving you X, Y, and Z. And I like joked to him on that day, like, haha, now that I have this, like, got this promotion, I'm just gonna stop working. Ha! Not realizing that, like, the fatigue was gonna be so bad that I would essentially stop working for the weeks that followed. I'm like, it's the worst timing to feel like, oh yeah, I just got like recognized for being such a great contributor to the team, and now I can't do anything. Yeah, it turned out to be in very poor taste. Accidentally. Like, we had a it's what, like 2 weeks later? That same manager and I just had a one-on-one today about how, like, I'm falling behind and, like, something has to change. No, I mean, he wasn't, like, he's a chill dude, and he wasn't, like, reprimanding me. He was more concerned, like, because I'm also have taken on a lot of, like, side projects. He was more concerned as to, like, whether any of those were really, like, too much. But still, like, the conversation was had that I'm, like, way behind on everything. So, that's fun. That's great. But, I mean, the raise and the paperwork's already in, so, like, the chances of them rolling that back are slim to none, really. I mean, I would like to think that after a year and a half of, like, busting my ass at that company, that they know I'm not, like, an inherently lazy person. And if I'm not getting everything done, that there's, like, a damn good reason. So I do feel like I get the benefit of the doubt in general. But also I could tell he was like on edge about it. So. But yeah. I guess y'all asked me how life was, and I just started talking about work, which I guess is revealing. I haven't been doing a lot outside of work lately. It's been a lot of like work and sleep. Right? Yeah. Working and sleeping. It really does. And because I think the other thing is like, because I am actually so passionate about I like my job so much. I genuinely like it. And so like I like talking about it when I'm not at work, which I guess is good in a way and bad in other ways. I don't know. I like my job. What can I say? But yeah, non-work friends are good. I haven't been doing a lot of like social stuff. Like, well, obviously, like I tried to go out one time and it was a great night. It was an amazing time. But like, I paid for it. Oh yeah, I did. It took like 2 minutes because I bought a refurbished one, so it didn't come in the original box. It was literally like, okay, it's done. But I did give like a little demo of the, oh my god, y'all have been busy. Like you're all doing shit with your lives. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. Oh, ooh, oh yeah. And this, oh yes, very serious. The cool thing about this screen is, as you can see, there's no crease in the screen when it's unfolded. And then when it does fold, the screen like tucks in to the bottom, like the heel of it. So you see like, well, you can't, because it's off, but it like, to prevent creasing, it like tucks in at the bottom to fold more neatly. So yeah, and it has like this really the front screen is actually like quite sizable, and I'm excited to put this in like tiny clutch purses and like belt bags and front pockets of women's jeans that have no space in them. That is why I wanted this one. Because I never did have the OG Razr. And I always wanted one. And when I saw that this was like a thing that existed, I immediately, back in 2019, I immediately was like, I want that. I want that so bad. But at the time, I had like just purchased my Galaxy S9 Plus. And so there was no reason for me to get a new phone. But as soon as the time rolled around to like get a... Yeah, yes it is. Well, I mean, comparatively, here is the S9 Plus, and here is the Razr 5G. I mean, if even like open, I guess they're about the same size open, all things considered. Maybe the screen on this one looks a little slimmer because there's like more of a lip around it. But honestly, it's better for me and my little thumbs to reach across. Yeah, you kind of can. I mean, it's been a really good phone for me. I've really liked it, and what I really love about the S9 Plus. I love the camera on it. I've gotten so many compliments on photos taken with just with my phone. It really is like a quality camera. And that is something that the Razr does not exactly have. So I don't know if I'm gonna know, because obviously I'm not a photographer. I guess I am technically a content creator, but like barely. So I don't know, like if I'm gonna notice a difference in photo quality or anything like that. We'll see. We'll see. It's part of the ongoing experiment of switching phones. I mean, Motorola phones in general are usually pretty good. Yeah, about that. There's nothing to unbox. It was literally like this. This is what it came in. It was like, I will rebox it for you right now. It was, well, here, there's the case on it now. But it literally was like this. Oh, wow. There it is, right on top. Oh my gosh. And, oh, wait. There's a charger in here. Really riveting stuff. Yeah, no, but I bet if I like added some, put it on like a little stand with a cloth, and I could do like an unveiling instead of an unboxing, I could see it with the appropriate visual effects, like sound effects, like knife sounds. Since it's the Razr, we could get like the like the sword sounds from a martial arts movie. Oh my god. I mean, I guess whatever works, right? Yeah, I could. You're right. It's time for me to start my career as an unboxing YouTuber. I mean, God knows I do enough shopping. I don't know that I would like want people to know what all I was buying, though, quite frankly. Oh yeah, okay, I like this idea. So I have to rent like a large... Hello? There it goes. No, that's very true. They definitely are. And there's like a surprisingly large audience for that kind of thing. Well, because unboxing stuff is fun. It's objectively a good time. It's like the reason why I shop compulsively when I'm unhappy. Because like the little dopamine rush of getting a package in the mail is like, oh yay! So maybe like participating in that secondhand would be enough for some people. But yeah, I think maybe if I rented out a space where you do like car photo shoots, like the huge stage with the lighting and everything, and then just put like one little pedestal in the middle of it all and did some like camera work around it, and then I could like enter the shot and do a little like interpretive dance, and then ultimately like snatch the handkerchief off of the phone. I think that could really do numbers. I think that people would really love to watch that. A green screen could... A green screen would be fun. I actually looked at a place before I moved into this one that had a wall. Ethan, don't tempt me. So I looked at a place, one of the walls was painted green screen green. And they were like, oh, we can change it back, like, if you move in here. And I was like, no. But I didn't end up moving there. Oh my god, you guys are too much. As long as I get to wear the ears. Maybe not these ears. I need backup ears. Interpretive dance ears. Ooh, so meta. Unbox the green screen. Okay. Onward and upward in the ear department. I see how it is. How dare you? Really? I don't know. I do not know what possessed me to start streaming. I really don't. Oh no, don't worry. I didn't think that you were insulting my gorgeous, perfect, beautiful blue ears. They're like so wonderful. Do you I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's pretty fun. A lot of times it's pretty fun, but then like why did I think that it was going to be a good idea to add like a whole extra hobby / obligation into my I agree. No ear insults allowed. Actually, yeah. Grandmaster, I can catch that vibe. I need to come to one of your streams sometime. Like, for real. I'm a bad streamer. I don't watch other streamers' channels nearly often enough. And I should, because it's like... Because the people who come and support me, I should support them too. Actually, that's probably a better way of putting it. But see, then when I do tune into a stream, I'm a great audience member, and I'm very, like, active in chat, and I, like, try to be very present to the streamer. And I think that that's why I don't tune in more often, because I won't just, like, passively have a stream on in the background. I end up devoting my, like, whole attention to it. Yeah, it really is a scheduling thing. Like, yeah, exactly. Then the bandwidth of it all, like, how much time and energy do I have at the end of the day? Lately, it's been close to 0. But well, so initially it was like, well, like, this would be a good way for me to, like, practice offensive security stuff. Oh my god, it's so hard. Like, you have a tough week at work and that's it. Like, you don't have time for the hobby stuff anymore. And that's fine if your hobby is just, like, embroidery or crossword puzzles, but if your hobby is something that has other people, like, expecting you to be online at a certain time, it's, like, a very different thing. And I used to, like, really kill myself to get online on time every Wednesday, or Monday and Wednesday, because I used to do this twice a week. Like, I can't. How? But, because I was very business-minded about it when I first started the channel. I was like, I took it very seriously and was like, I want my followers and subscribers and everything to be able to depend on me and, like, know when I'm going to be online and know that I'm going to be online when I say I'm scheduled, and, like, always have something planned. And I got so fucking burnt out on that. Well, I mean, you all know, because then I had to take, like, a month and a half off. And since I've come back, I've just taken it less seriously, but then obviously... Oh, totally. No, it's always good to... I'm always, like, so happy to see the regs, the usual suspects, I only started streaming last June, end of June last year, so it's been less than a year. And I definitely have, it's been in like maintenance mode for the last, not even maintenance mode, like there's been no effort to grow the channel really since I came back from that hiatus. Oh, hey Nick, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, no, it wasn't that long ago. It was, yeah, 6.5 months. It's almost 7, I guess. Because yeah, it's like crazy that it's been less than a year, but that's the truth of it. Okay, wait, I think, right, and so that's like my approach since the hiatus in August and September. It's literally just been like, okay, I will make it on if I can, and if I can't, oh well. And like, if I have the bandwidth to make clips and put them on social media, I will, and if not, oh well. So it's definitely not channel growth behavior, but yeah, it's gotta be. Because the fact of the matter is, like, I really don't, my income from this has been quite small, as is to be expected. And my job, the thing that's making me tired all the time, that's what actually, that's the thing that pays me, so, you know, it should be prioritized, all things considered. Because yeah, I think it's like, initially getting started on Twitch, I was like, I had such big plans for the, like, capture the flag stuff especially. And well, like, such high hopes for how the channel was gonna, like, grow and have this nice little side hustle, but like, I don't have the energy to do that, is what I've realized since then. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So fresh. So new. Yeah, I think, let's see. I hit burnout after 2 months. So maybe I was a little ahead of schedule in that regard, but I have stuck with it. And I will say that, like, that is ultimately, I have kept the channel going, even though, like, man, that's impressive. 19 months. Yeah. I think that, like, just, like, not giving up entirely and being online when I can it's like all I've got right now, but it's enough to, like, at least lay the foundation for maybe future growth if at some point I have more bandwidth. Yeah, I don't know how I would keep in touch with y'all. The Discord, I guess, now that there's a Discord. Yeah, that's true, actually. Like, the social fix. Oh, it's not... I don't have the link posted anywhere because I don't want people to join it. Because I'm a terrible streamer. But somebody in here's gotta have the link, and But you can. Sometimes I do, like, will drop the invite in chat for people who are actually, like, on my streams. But I don't, like, advertise it to the general public. There is a Discord, it just is secret. Invite only Discord. Let me see if I can find the link and put it in the chat. No, I mean, I'd rather, it's relatively easy to do on my phone. Yeah, Nick has the link, the super secret link. Okay. Where are we? Oh, I have messages. Oh, people have been on the Discord since the last time I went on the Discord. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Is that one gonna work? It might have expired. I don't remember if I set any of them not to expire. Well, okay. If that one doesn't work, then this one definitely will. Then this one will. Let me put the later. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. If the previous one is expired, then this one is more recent. Oh God. I just hate getting text messages. Like, why? Why does anyone want to speak to me ever? Just leave me alone. This is why. I'm not cut out to be a streamer. No, I'm not even talking about Discord. I'm talking about regular people texting me on my regular phone. Discord, I don't have notifications turned on, so you're welcome to ping me there anytime. It will not bother me. And then once in a while, when I'm in the, yeah, real people with like expectations. But when I am in the mood for a little social interaction, I will log on to the Discord and catch up with old messages. So I'll see them eventually. I do have a decent number of real people friends, surprisingly many for how solitary of a creature I tend to be when left to my own devices. I'm exactly what I just said is going to happen. I won't see them for a long time, and then I will answer all of them at once. When I hit that once in a blue moon period, when I'm in the mood to like be social. These ears are so great. I'm just continuing to enjoy them. Truly. What can I say? I just really do love being alone. I really do love it. Like, quite a lot. Perhaps. I mean, there is a subreddit. I haven't checked that in a while either. Okay, I actually was thinking there's gonna be something at some point when I'm ready to ramp this shit up again that I'll want to sync up on, and I don't know what that's gonna be yet, but I will definitely hit you up when I do. Sleep well and happy almost birthday! Wait, Reddit is crowded? You think the subreddit is crowded? There's like 10 members. I think the Discord has surpassed the subreddit at this point in like number of members. Oh, just Reddit in general. Okay, I guess that's fair. I'll allow it. How are we feeling, folks? Yes. You should have. It was very unclear. I didn't know. I don't know. I feel like I have been so tired since I started this stream. But I was considering ending the stream 2 hours ago because I felt like such a fucking slug. Pog Championship? I have not thought about Pogs in so long. Yeah, I love talking about things outside of the norm. Bring it on. We're at that part of the evening when it's time to get weird. And I do always label these streams as Ask Me Anything, and then I never really lean into that feature. So yeah, ask me stuff. And maybe I'll answer. Because generally, things outside of the norm are like way more fun to talk about than things inside the norm. Don't you think so? My dear viewers. I'm trying to resist the urge to dip into the wild turkey. I know that it's objectively a bad idea to have more whiskey right now. But I want it. The average women's toenail. Okay, do you mean the average counting all 10 or the average big toe length? Because that's gonna make a big difference because the difference in size between the big toe and the other 4 toes is large in and of itself. Okay. I know. I'm assuming that you mean the wild turkey and not the toenails, Nick, in which case I agree with you. Okay, wait. The toenail question first. I think the average big toenail on a woman is an inch and a like just over an inch, like an inch and an eighth. Oh, I don't know about centimeters though. You have to look up the answer now and tell us, because I have to know. Over, under. 2 inches? Oh my god, I don't know if I agree. That's pretty fucking long. Okay. One question, what would you ask a candidate for a help desk position? I would probably give them an example. One of the questions that I was asked during my interview process for the job I have now was very open-ended. It basically said, like, there's a, customer who's at their wireless printer is not working. It's not completing the jobs that are supposedly being sent to it. What questions would you ask the user, and what would you look at to try and solve the problem? And so, like, I didn't know anything about printers or networking. But yeah, is it on? Is it plugged in? Was like the first thing. How often should one clip their toenails? I think that it depends how fast they grow. Once toenails get to a point where they're past the tip of the toe, they need to be trimmed. They should not extend past. So for some people, that's once a month. For some people, it's less than that or more. But like, I think the length is what really matters. I don't know. I don't keep super close track. Well, that's probably why. I do not keep track of these kinds of things. When they become a necessity is when I do them, which is kind of what I just said in my answer. So like when they're too long, I cut them. There isn't much more to it than that. Okay. If I knew I'd have the job I have right now, would I take any different classes? Honestly, no. Because the one thing that I really was grateful to have, I mean, because the bootcamp program I went to was pretty comprehensive, and covered a lot of ground really quickly. I will give them that. And so I had, like, when I interviewed for my current position, like had the technical interview for my current position, the guy who referred me had said, like, the job is very, like, network security heavy and like troubleshooting networking issues. So like brush up on that before your technical interview. And I had coincidentally just finished the network security class in the program. So I had like, aw, that's very sweet of you to say, Mr. Crumbs. I'm glad you like the chill vibe, because I consistently feel like I'm just doing nothing. But I guess there's something to be said for that as well. But the networking was like the big thing that I really like needed to have to the reason that the interview was so, the reason that the interview was so networking heavy is because the job, you know, well, and the product I was working on at the time is very like, you know, a lot of the issues that come up are within network configurations. And so that was what I really needed to know. And that was the training that I was very luckily had just received right before my technical interview, which really, like, in hindsight, there's stuff that they asked me in my technical interview that I may not have known, like that may not have been accessible knowledge to me if I had not just I think I had like just taken the final exam days prior. So yeah, that was a very long-winded answer to that question. Who else has random questions they want answered? Because I guess I may as well give it another. Oh, good. I'm glad that it was a good answer. Oh, God, a help desk question. I'm trying to copy a large file to the USB. There's not enough space on the USB, even though Windows reports there's more than enough. I know this. There's like a configuration that needs to be made for USB storage of more than a certain size. I forget what it is. I could Google it, but I'm not going to. That, like, when you get a new USB drive, not all of the memory will be like immediately accessible if it's not reconfigured. I have also, to answer Grandmaster Ong's quickie question, I I'm scheduled to stream once a week on Wednesdays, but that doesn't happen consistently every week since, sometimes life is just a little on the much side, and I don't have the energy left to stream on Wednesday nights, but when I can, I do. Wednesdays are the day. I have not done a non-Wednesday stream in quite a long time. Okay, see, that sounds familiar to me, the file limit on... Well, I mean, Windows kind of sucks too. Linux is the way to go. I may be a little biased since I run this stream from a Linux machine. Which is, I mean, it just objectively is. Windows and Mac both are for endpoint users who don't, like, not only do they not need the choices, they wouldn't know what to do with them if they did. Which is fine. I mean, that's all well and good. That's the majority of endpoint users, I think. But if you have, like, even a passing interest in how your computer works and, like, making it work better, then I think it's worth giving Linux a stab. Yes, OBS was kind of a pain to configure on a new book, and that's the reason why, because I initially installed Fedora on this machine, and that was fucking obnoxious. Like, nothing was compatible with anything, and there just weren't, like, even like the most basic software that has a Linux version, it's gonna be Ubuntu, like it's gonna be compatible with Ubuntu. And so it's like a really easy distro to start with because there's so much out there. So here we are. I had to wipe everything and install a different OS. After the first like 2 weeks, I did like Fedora a lot, but it was like I can't do anything that I need to do on this computer. So, or like maybe I could have, but it would have been a humongous pain in the ass. I wholeheartedly agree that, like, the average user could be comfortable with Ubuntu. I think a lot of people are, like, really needlessly intimidated by Linux. But there is something to be said for, like, using applications that you're used to versus, like, the learning curve to get on a new OS or, like, a new framework. I don't know. But honestly, if you're not, like, if you're that, I guess that's why there's, like, such a huge debate between, like, Windows and Mac and Android and Apple, like, iPhones, or iOS, because people get very, like, it's not even that they prefer one to the other, they just, like, don't know anything else. And so that, like, they're so used to using that suite of tools that anything else seems, like, terrible and foreign and, like, exactly. It's, and just, like, that familiarity, too, I think. But, I mean, even be that as it may, I really have never understood the obsession with iOS. Because, I don't know, I've had to use it a handful of times. I've never had an iPhone. But from what I've seen on my friends' iPhones, they're, like, way less configurable than Androids, and Androids were always cheaper. At least like the lower end ones. So yeah, it's like a religious fanaticism almost. The loyal, like, brand loyalty to Apple. I think just because it's seen as like a luxury, like high-end luxury. People really buy into that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like it's pretty evenly split. But both sides are like staunchly opposed to the other. Yeah, no, I also know a lot of like larger companies that give everyone, like, all of their whole environment is Macs. They are powerful machines, from what I understand, but I've never really owned one. I have had to use them in like computer labs and stuff, but only for the most basic thing, like document editing and printing. So I really can't speak to how different they are, or like the capabilities. So oh yes, ooh, so swanky. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, they all have their pros and cons, like anything else, I guess. I don't know that you could really make an argument that either is, like, objectively better. It's all subjective. How did we get on the... How did we get onto the Apple versus Windows debate or topic? I don't remember how we went down this rabbit hole. Oh yes, oh yes. It was the USB drive configuration question. How dare you? Causing drama in my chat. It's absolutely not to be borne. Alright. I'm getting like really sleepy. Like really fucking tired. Oh, congrats on your new puppy. So I'm gonna call it for the night. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure we can raid. You know, there's not a lot of us, but we could definitely try and raid somebody. Let's see. Danny Stem. Oh. Let's see.
Did you know that DoorDash lets you like deliver?
Oh my god, ads. Yeah, this does seem pretty cool. Alright, I mean, why not? Maybe I'll even stay and watch it for a minute before I pass the buck out. I mean, that always helps, you know. If you're gonna be a content creator. Alright, let's see. Where are we? Raid. I don't know. We are going to go raid Danny. Thanks so much to all of you for coming by. It's been a good time. I appreciate you sticking with me through my porridge brain phase. And I'll see you maybe next week.